today's chemistry class. We are looking at half-cell redox reaction, how to balance the half-cell redox reaction under the acidic solution. We know that balancing of half-cell redox reaction procedures is done under three major solutions. The neutral solution, which we have considered in our previous video, and then we have the acidic solution, which is the prerogative for today's class, and then we have the basic solution, which will come up in our subsequent class. Now, under the acidic solution, you still have to take the same step. Step number 1, dividing the equation into two halves. Step number 2, making sure that the particles and the atoms of elements and ions are balanced. Step number 3, equalizing the equation. Step number 4, adding up the equation. Without much further ado, let's have the equation. Let's say we have copper. Copper reacts with triazonitrate, which will give me copper plus 2 charge plus diazonitrate. In this equation, you understand that the oxygen molecule is 2 at the left hand side, the product side, and it is 3 at the reactant side, which means that the oxygen molecule is not balanced, and then there is a plus 2 cation at the right hand side, and there is a minus 1 anion at the left hand side, which means that the element is not balanced, the ions is not balanced. After balancing this equation, what we look for is that the elements and the ions must be balanced. Alright, the first step is to divide the equations into two halves. I have that copper, step 1, copper gives me copper plus 2. Now, copper gives me copper plus 2. What I'm going to do to balance out this equation is that I'm going to add 2 electrons to this side. You notice that if I add 2 electrons to that side, I will have copper 1 plus 2 charge. 2 times minus 1, that is minus 2. It cancels out the electron. This is equation 1. I'll pick up the next half equation. NO3 minus gives me NO2. Oxygen is 2, oxygen is 1. And then if you are balancing half-cell redox equation under acidic solution, the major thing, as I've told you in our previous video, is that you are going to add hydrogen and water. So have in the back of your mind, we are adding hydrogen and water to the equation. Now, in this condition, to balance out the oxygen molecule, we are going to add water to the product side. So if I add water, use my red ink, if I add H2O to this side, you notice that now I have 2 oxygen, 1 oxygen, that is 3 oxygen, plus the this is 3 here, 3 at this side. It's now balanced. But the hydrogen molecule is not balanced because there ain't no hydrogen molecule at the reactant side. So what I'm going to do is that I will add 2 hydrogen molecule at the reactant side, making it 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. But there's a problem with this equation still. The problem is that I have a minus 1 plus 1. I have a plus 1 charge at the reactant side, and then I have no charge at the product side. What I'm going to do is that I will subtract 1 from 0. Now, 1 minus 0, it is 1. And I'm going to take out that 1 electron and add to the side that have the highest charge. The highest charge in this equation is plus 1. So my electron will go to the reactant side. So what I'm going to have now in my new equation, NO3 minus 1 plus 2 hydrogen plus 1 electron gives me NO2 plus water. Let's call this equation 2. Now, you notice now that I have the charges are now balanced. Minus 1 plus 2, that is plus 1, plus minus 1, that is 0. Now, having done that, now the next step, that is the third step, is to equalize the 2 divided equation. Now, I'm going to bring out these 2 equations or find the LCM. If you find the LCM between these 2 equations, you have equalized the equation. The LCM between 2 and 1 is 2. Now, what am I going to do? What I'm going to do is that I will multiply equation 2. If I multiply it by 2, so that my electron will now become 2. So what I have now in equation 2 will become 2 times 1, that is 2 of those. 2 times 2, that is 4 of those. 2 times 1, you can see that now, that is 2 of those. Now, 2 times 1, that is 2 of those. 2 times 1, that is 2 of those. So this is now, let's call this equation 3. Alright, having done that, I'm going to bring down the equation 1 because I want to equalize the two equations. Now the equation 1 is copper, giving me copper plus 2 plus 2 electron. This is equation 1. Now, what I will do is that I'm going to add up the equation, which is the fourth step. Adding up the equation, you notice that electron will cancel electron. Now, when electron have cancelled electron, just write down for me what you see on the left side. Write down for me what you see on the right side. Now, on the left side, which is the reactant side, I have 2 nitrogen trinitrate plus 4H2H, 4 hydrogen, plus copper. That's what I have on the reactant side. Now on the product side, I have 2 triazonitrate, diazonitrate, plus 2 molecule of water, plus copper, plus 2 charge. Now, let's check whether this equation is balanced.